me? Can you guys see
Yeah,
me?
you're fine. Good. Very
Yeah,
good.
Great.
Because I don't sleep past 13
Oh, I know.
No
Yeah, I
worries.
notice you must be tired. We try to make them make this one concise.
Yeah, no, I mean like that's why I ask. Am I okay? Yeah, because
Yeah,
You
I
look
think you
good.
look fantastic. It's just you look a little bit tired, but I think that's
very,
fine.
very
People
tired.
will aware, but people
Are we
will.
starting now? 开始了吧？那个谁 ，Tony。
Go live now.
OK， 今天是2021年8月29号。今天我们非常荣幸请来了在美国的一位在阿富汗籍的女士，跟我们讲一讲现在目前在阿富汗的目前的状况和她的一些自己的亲身经历，她身边的朋友的一些故事，就是正在发生的一些事情。这位女士呢，她是一个非常在现在组织很多示威游行，很关注现在塔利班掌控了这个阿富汗政府以后现在的这种混乱的状态，还有就是下一步这个国家往什么地方走。所以今天呢，我们很有幸请来她跟我们做一个访谈。这个访谈呢是用英语的，我尽量把它翻译成主要意思翻译成一下中文，然后呢，图西会跟我一起主持这件事儿哈。然后图西你先来吧。
好，各位朋友，大家好。今天我们请来了Wazhma女士。我们都知道，这个昨天在美国很多城市呢都发生了这个阿富汗的族裔的一些示威。Wazhma女士呢，昨天参加了 San Francisco 的一个活动。他也是这个在为阿富汗人民发出一些声音然后呢，也希望引起全世界各国的人民的注意那么我们先请这个Wazhma女士呢分享一下她昨天的这个在三藩市的活动的一些具体的情况。
Okay.
请她介绍。
Okay. Wazhma, so our first question is, yesterday you had organized, you and your friends has organized a huge demonstration in San Francisco yesterday. During our conversation, you said there more than 3,000 or 4,000 people has been in this demonstration. Can you just begin with sharing that demonstration and what's your the purpose of this demonstration? Thank you.
Yeah, hello everybody. From US, San Francisco to China, all over the world. Yeah, yesterday we have a demonstration for peace, free Afghanistan, for free women's rights, and it was very successful. And we didn't do it only in San Francisco, California. We did in 60 states of United States of America, in 29 countries. It was an international protest. Then it was all on Saturday, August 28th, same time, 2:00 p.m. A lot of people came. 3,000 people show up yesterday. We are a team. It's all college students, and I helped them with that, and it was very successful. And we're gonna do it more and more and more. We're not gonna stop this until we get our freedom from Taliban, and also we're not gonna stop it until we get the freedom for Afghan women back home in Afghanistan.
Okay, thank you. So I just quick translate。昨天他们组织了一个非常非常大的游行，是一个世界性的游行，在全美国60个州举行。基本上很多是大学生哈，然后在全世界各地29个国家都在进行。然后呢，是昨天28号下午2点统一在全球发起的这么一个大的游行。他们的主要目的呢是想解放，就是从塔利班的这种可能下一步的这种管控下解放出来，就是不想让塔利班去统治这个国家。主要的目的就是主要是这个，就是解放自由阿富汗从这个塔利班手里。OK, continue, please.
And the purpose of this demonstrations, because when we did it 30 years ago, when Russian came in our country, or here in US, we used to do it every month, twice or 3 times a week, like another week, I mean a month. We keep on doing it, and finally they got out from the country, from Afghanistan, after 25 years. And this is gonna be same thing. We're not gonna stop it. We're not gonna wait for the Taliban to come like they did. They came 20 years ago, what they did on Afghanistan and women especially. We're not gonna stop that now. We're gonna keep on going with these demonstrations, and we're gonna bring our voice for them. We're gonna be their voice, because they don't have voice right now.
Yeah.
This is that part. Go ahead.
Okay. Yes. 他讲哈，30年前在苏联，20-30年前在苏联到了阿富汗的时候，他们做的事情和今天是一样的，他们就一直努力着，每周2次到3次上街去示威游行，抗议苏联对阿富汗的侵略，一直坚持到苏联最后彻底的离开了。因为他们这么做呢，是因为在阿富汗人们的声音是听不到的，他们在这种统治集权下，他们没有声音，所以他们在海外这些逃出了阿富汗的人，他们每一周像一如既往，像20年前、30年前一样，一直要为阿富汗人发声，直到这些人最后苏联撤军，塔利班走，所以他们会一直坚持下去，不会停止的，就是为阿富汗的自由继续会走下去。OK。
Sorry, I interrupt you. Wazhma, please, if you can give us a little bit background about you and your family, your parents, your father and mother. How do you escape from Afghan? And what is your opinion about this government, the Taliban government 20 years ago? What is your major opinion like toward this Taliban group?
除夕的问题是想让这个 Wazhma 女士介绍一下她自己的背景，还有她的经历，怎么逃离阿富汗的，然后怎么对塔利班政府有什么看法 ？OK, please go ahead.
Okay. Lucy, I was 12 years old when I left my country, when Russian came. As soon as the Russian came, after 1 month, they killed my dad because he was in military. He was fighting over with them. Then we wait for 3 months. Then they're really bothering my mom, because my mom was working in the bank, an international bank in Kabul. And they keep coming to her, and every day at work say, you need to come join us. They're communists. And my mom don't accept it because she don't want to do it. She's not happy with them. We're little kids. When I lost my dad, I was 7 years old. I have 3 siblings. With me is 4. I'm the oldest one. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. And my mom, she got widow when they killed my dad. She was 28 years old, very young. She raised us. and then she got a chance to escape. We don't escape on the airplane. We escape mountain to mountain. We went from Kabul to Jalalabad, and from Jalalabad to Pakistan, but mountain to mountain. It was not easy for us because we don't live in that kind of lifestyle when we're back home. It was modern, like Europe. I never see donkey to touch my foot or come and smell me. It's scary. First time in your life you have to go sit on donkey because that's the only thing can take you from mountain to mountain to.
Excuse me, is this before or after the Taliban?
No, this is in the beginning. Tusi asked me to.
Yeah, I know.
Tusi
It's
is
during the Russian invasion.
Yes.
Okay. I just translate this part. So, Wazhma 在12岁的时候就逃离了。You left the, Afghan when you were 12-year-old.
I left Afghanistan when I was 12 years old. Yes.
Okay, yeah， 他就12岁逃离了阿富汗，因为当时呢是苏联进攻了阿富汗，他的父亲呢是被苏联军队在一场战斗中打死的。打死以后，他母亲呢是在一个银行工作，在喀布尔的一个银行工作。在银行工作中呢，后来他的父亲，他有4个兄弟姐妹哈，这个就等于一个单身母亲带着4个孩子在这边，但是这个过程中呢，有很多人就是找他的母亲，让他去做各种各样的事情，但是最后他们是逃离了，通过各种渠道逃离了阿富汗，但不是说坐着飞机逃，而是走着从一山一山这么先跑到了阿富汗，
骑着小毛驴，
对，然后就是从一个山到一个山这样走到，先是到了巴基斯坦，然后才就是这么逃离的阿富汗。Okay, please continue.
Then after 5 days, finally, with a lot of problems, we skip it. When Russian tanks used to come in the mountains, we used to hide it in the holes of mountains.
Yes.
It has a lot of mountains. Then when they leave, the guy was with us, the one that's taking us, and he knows the road. And he said, okay, you can come now out. There's no Russian tanks and military. Then after 5 days, finally we get to Pakistan.
Okay.
It was an experience, never forget,
Yeah.
never in my life. Right now, when Taliban came, I remember my time. It's really hurting. It's really hurting because the way I see them, oh my God, the same thing coming to me, but repeating to me after 38 years, you know?
Okay. 就是在这个他讲哈，在那一段经历是他永远忘不了的地方，因为他们藏在山里的时候，有时候苏联的那些坦克哈在山上走的时候，能够看到他们藏在山洞里躲着。那个时候，如果我没记错，他说他母亲那个时候是差不多是28岁、30岁上下，带着4个孩子一块逃哈，所以这是一个特别特别的难忘的经历。这之后呢，他现在后来看到塔利班掌握了这个政府以后呢，有很多很多非常非常可怕的事情一直在发生。Okay, please continue.
Then we live in Pakistan for 19 months. Then my uncle was here. He sponsored us, but we came as a refugee. All as refugee that time. We came here in this country in 1985. I was 15 years old, and then we move on with our life. From that time, go school, college, work. But still, anything we did it here is still where our mind, our heart is back home in Afghanistan. And I've been involved with Afghanistan since 19 years old. When I found myself I learned to help my country, how to always bring their voice out. And I start from that young age.
OK， 我继续啊。他是说他在后来逃离以后呢，他在巴基斯坦住了19个月，然后到了1985年到了美国，那个时候他是15岁，然后从那以后呢，他是从19岁开始为阿富汗人发声，因为他一直就是惦记着在阿富汗的这些人吧，所以他一直从19岁开始就做这种各种各样为阿富汗人发生的这种事情。So， 他在美国就受到了各种教育，到了美国是是因为是政治庇护到的美国，就是因为政治庇护到美国。OK, please continue.
Yes, and then we were here and we heard after 25, we started our hard work here to, I did demonstration a lot. I was young that time, full of energy. I was leading always. And adults was after me since when I came here, I started at the age of 17. I started the demonstration, always go to San Francisco, front of the Russian embassy, and go to Los Angeles, I go to Washington. I did a lot of demonstration in my life. And the results came. Finally, we start talking with Reagan. And he said, we're gonna do something, we're gonna figure out something. Then they left. When they left, Mujahideen came. And then after that, Mujahideen came. And then after that, they stayed there for a while, but they don't do a good job either. They're selling by Pakistan also, those Mujahideen. Those are
Well, Wazhma, let me throw in a question here. In the 80s, when you demonstrate in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Washington, what's the main goal, main purpose for that demonstration compared to the demonstration you participated yesterday? So can you give us a briefing?
Yes, sure. When I did, when we did a demonstration back then, it was about we don't want Russia in our country. Mm-hmm. That's the purpose of that. The demonstration is different than the Russia. This is almost the same but different way. That's why we did demonstration that time. We don't want Russia in our country. They came, they took our country.
Yeah.
Took the government, everything. Go ahead.
就是在图西的问题是30年前的这种示威游行，他参与的组织的这些示威游行和昨天他们有什么不同？那个 Wazhma 讲，30年前是想把苏联从他们这个阿富汗赶出去，因为他是苏联占领了他们的国家。那么今天呢，昨天的这个示威游行，现在的示威游行呢是不一样的，是反对这个塔利班继续在这个就是执政吧，在阿富汗执政。So my question is, you're saying so 30 years ago you're against foreign invasion, but at the moment now you're against actually your own. You can see your own people who is a Taliban is there. No, okay.
No, Taliban is our people. Taliban is not Afghan. Taliban is not Afghan. Who wants their own house? Strangers would come and lead. Do you want it? Nobody want it, right?
Yeah.
We don't want Pakistan. We don't want Punjabi. We don't want. Taliban is from Pakistan. They have a school over there. They call madrasa.
Yes.
They when they try to be 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 or 8, they take them over there from their parents, like a kidnap them. And the parents didn't even know.
They kidnapped the Afghans and dragged them to the school to be trained.
The Afghan kids. They kidnap Afghan kids.
Afghan kids. Okay, sorry. Okay, continue. Sorry.
And then they just start teaching them in the madrasa. They don't teach them school education. They just teach them to how to kill, not respect women, try to put women in the hole, no education. But if you ask most of them, they say, "Oh, I study for until 4th grade, 5th grade," and the rest of them, I know how to read Quran, but they don't. Believe me.
Okay.
But most of them, they don't know how to read Quran or pray or about religion. If they know about religion, they never bother women. They never bother nobody. They never kill. In Islam, you don't kill. Islam, you know what Islam means? Peace. You don't kill. Muslim not killing people.
Right.
That's
Okay.
rough.
Yeah. Yes. Let me translate this part. So, 我刚才问的一个问题，可能有点挺天真的问题啊。我说30年前你们是反对这种外国的入侵者，现在呢，你们是用一种话可以讲说，现在你们是有点像内战，因为塔利班是你们自己内部阿富汗人。他说不是，塔利班不是他们自己内部人，因为塔利班的人呢是在巴基斯坦，他们有专门建了一种学校，在这个学校的时候呢，他们把这个在阿富汗这些5、6岁、6、7岁小孩子都就给抢走吧 ，kidnapped， 抢走以后呢，送到这些学校去学，绑架以后，这些孩子去到这些学校去学习，学的不是他们的那个 Quran， 就是他们的那个古兰经，也不是学什么各种各样的这种真正的知识，而是教他们怎么去杀人，怎么就去用武器，就是一种，是这样的一种教育。他就讲，他说如果。你去问这些孩子，他们根本就不知道，就叫古兰经吧，他是根本不知道这些经和这个宗教到底是什么意思，这个教义到底是什么意思。他们如果真的知道这个这个伊斯兰教义的话，是伊斯兰穆斯林的话，他们不会是对女人没有尊重，也不会去杀人，因为穆斯林这个教义是很明确，就是不是那种杀人的这么一个宗教。 OK，
我补充一句，就是他讲伊斯兰这个意思是本意是和平的意思。
对，
他说过什么情况？然后can I inject a question over here? So first question is when you demonstrate what kind of message you want to deliver. For example, in the Russian period, USSR period, are you trying to when you demonstrate, are you trying to get U.S. government to intervene fight with Russia, and for right now, when you demonstrate, what's your purpose? Are you trying to ask U.S. government to intervene, or some other message on the level? Thank you very much.
Let me translate this question first. 你翻译吧，那个谁，纯粹你的声音不好。
我自己说吧。
你声音不好。
不好意思我就是说呢，在当年苏联他们在抗议的时候，抗议是否是为了让美国政府介入？现在的抗议呢，是否也是让美国政府介入？好，就这样。Go ahead. Did you hear my question, Councillor?
Yes, I did. This demonstration is we don't want Taliban, and we want women's rights. Right now, they're there. We don't have president because he left us, being a coward, and left the country. And this is something we want, because women right now in Afghanistan, they're not working. They're not they're at home, and they need to feed their family, pay their bills, their rent, and they're not able to do anything. That's we want the woman right over there. We want the human to treat good over there. These Taliban, they just saying on the media, oh, we're changed, we're not the same Taliban. But no, they're different. And when they go to people's house right now, they do different policy, different politics. They go at nighttime, they knock their door, they have big list. Who work for government, who work where, who work in the media, who was musician, who was singer, the woman who did the TV show, who did the YouTuber, and that's why they go to door at night, and they take them out, and they just very quietly kill them. That's it. They don't want them to be. They don't want education people to be alive anymore, because of course when you're educated, you make it rise again, right? You teach your friends, family, neighbor, oh, we don't want Taliban because they'll put you in the hole. They're not gonna let you study. They're not gonna let your daughter study. That's why that's why they try to kill those people, and especially they're killing the people, Afghan people. They work for U.S. Past 20 years, but they did translation. They're after them. That's why in the airport they're rushing too much. Those people, the people, their faces famous. They have all the list. These Taliban, they have all the list. They're finding these people to take them from their house and killing them. They did it. That we know that. They did already, like 5 of them I know. They killed them. And
let me explain a little bit in Chinese. 他大概这里呢讲了一下这个阿富汗塔利班的这个，首先他认为塔利班是巴基斯坦人，他们不代表阿富汗人民。他是等于从外来的另外一股外来的势力在这个阿富汗，而且这个是非常残暴的一个 group， 一个群组团组。那么他们经常去人的家里面，然后去骚扰人家的生活，干涉这个各种各样的，尤其是对妇女呢，非常的不尊重。那么下面呢，我想问他的一个问题呢，就是说他不喜欢 Russia， 不喜欢苏联人，不喜欢塔利班，他也不喜欢刚刚逃跑从这个阿富汗的前面那个总统自己辞职的总统。那他到底喜欢什么呢？我想问他一下。Wazhma, so you say you like to overthrow Russian, you want Taliban out, and you don't like the escaped president of Afghan. So what do you want? Who do you want to govern this country? What kind of government are you expecting? Basically, you want no power, right? So what do you expect the ideal government for this country?
I want the leader. I want the president of this Afghanistan. Not only me, the whole Afghanistan. We want somebody to elected, voted from people, to be fair, be women's right, be in the side as woman, and try to let everybody educated, not corruption, and build our country for Afghans and be Afghan, pure Afghan, not from other countries. Taliban is, I told you, I'm going to repeat it again and again. Taliban is not Afghan. Mm-hmm. The leader is from Pakistan. They're leading from Pakistan. Who's bringing them and who's supporting them? Who's supporting them? United States. Taliban. And they're from Pakistan. They're from Punjab. And who wants them? Most of them, they don't even speak Farsi. They all speak. When you talk with them, they say, "Oh, I can't speak Farsi." Everybody should know, because Afghan, even they speak Pashto, they speak Farsi. They speak both language in Afghanistan, and they know Farsi. But these Taliban, they don't know Farsi, and these are the leader when there is.
What is Farsi? Can you explain?
It's a 2 language in Afghanistan. It's more language, but this is Farsi, like we call it's like a Persian language, but we call Dari. You should know about between Persian and Dari. We speak Dari, Afghans. Persian, they speak Persian, Iranian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the bit different between these two. And and Pashto, it's another language in Afghanistan. These 2 languages very popular in Afghanistan, and we speak both of them. And
earlier you mentioned that the American is supporting whom? You said American supporting the Pakistan or supporting the Taliban or supporting, you mentioned just one sentence. I didn't quite get it.
America supporting Taliban. America
Oh, really?
Yes, 110%. Can you guys go look on TV or YouTube? They don't even leave yet. Their last day of 9/11. Before 9/11, they came as 13 days ago. United States was already, it is already there. How they can come? United States, they can destroy Taliban if they want it in 1 hour. In 1 hour.
Right.
You know how strong they are, their military. But no, they don't want it, because they want Taliban to come over. They want their way to my country different. To still their job is not done with Iran, with China,
okay,
with Russia. They want to be close to those 3 countries by Pakistan.
OK， 我解释一下哈，这个问题挺有意思。就是刚才我问他因为刚才讲一句话，其中提了一句话说，巴基斯坦支持塔利班，但是巴基斯坦后面呢是美国。后来我就问他一个问题，我说你的意思是说，美国是在支持塔利班吗？他说当然是。他说你应该去看一看这些所有的一些就是 YouTube 上的一些很多的，就是这些视频。当初911的时候，如果以美国的这种军事实力，它可以一下把塔利班彻底消灭的，但是它没有。经过这么长时间，就是也可能就是说所谓这种地缘政治，他就想在这个伊朗、中国、印度、巴基斯坦之间游刃有余的这么一种运作，造成了他就是和这个塔利班这种若即若离的这种关系吧。就是他认为呢，塔利班后面其实是美国在支持塔利班的。
Can I inject myself? So I got a question. Kind of follow up with the previous question is, so I still don't understand what you actually protesting against for. I mean, I understand you are provoking the human rights, the women's right, the peace and the self-governing of Afghanistan. But when you protesting, I mean, those are general goals, but are you protesting who? I mean, are you protesting, like, say, Taliban, you need to go out, but Taliban won't go out by itself. So are you protesting that the US should withdraw from Afghanistan, or you want the US to stay in Afghanistan, or you say, hey, the world should get up together and get everybody out, and the Afghanistan people should govern themselves. Like, I just don't get what you're actually protesting. For me, I don't have a clear understanding of that. That's my problem. I understand. Can I just translate one thing? So 我的问题呢，就是说呢，我对他的所讲述就是。示威的目的还是不是很清楚，到底是希望美国留在那儿，还是希望美国离开，还是希望塔利班离开，还是希望全世界一起支持塔利班的这个阿富汗的和平？好了，Please go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm answering your question. We don't want anybody in our country to come take over. America came, but he bring Afghan President Karzai first. Then after Karzai, it was Ashraf Ghani. And it was our president, Afghan. But in the back, because their United States government was working with them, but they came in our country. They try to, they think they built our country, but they don't build it. Remember, we built it, Afghans. But they bring money. They said, oh, they spent $1 trillion in Afghanistan 20 years. Yes, they did, but for their own benefits. They don't do it for us. They don't build any streets for us. They don't build any hospital for us. They don't build any school for us. They don't build any all tall buildings, France. They don't do, the only thing they did, they built background for themselves to make a base of military, United States of military.
Right.
And they just came there, spent money, because they took 3 times more from our country. We don't have oil, but we have mineral, those rocks. Do you know, everything you name it, we have it.
Right.
The most full of treasure of country we are in the from all over the world. We're a very rich country, but too much corruption. They don't want us to build, because they always want us to be look poor and think about being a poor and not get rich, be comfortable in life, and like a Dubai, and 20 years, look at them.
Right.
Wazhma, are you happy about what U.S. did for Afghan? Are you happy in general?
No, hang on a second. 那个图西稍等一下，我把他说的 Let me translate what you just said first, okay? So, Wazhma 说了一个非常有意思的一个现象。他说，美国现在天天说他们在美国在阿富汗花了上万亿的美元，20年之内大量的钱花在了阿富汗上。但是他说，这个钱呢，花的并不是为了阿富汗，他们做的是自己在那边有个军事的一个基地，在这个他们没有为阿富汗人建公路、建设施、建学校、建任何的这种基础设施。他们相反的从阿富汗拿走了因为阿富汗是一个就是物质，就是自然资源非常非常就是很富有的这么一个地方，就好像它的所有的这些矿产，然后在这期间呢，他们很多的这些矿产呢就是被拿走了。所以呢，当美国说他们花了巨大的钱在阿富汗的时候，并没有给阿富汗带来很多的这种实际的利益。像他说，你就对比一下阿富汗和杜拜英文中文怎么说？就这2个国家，杜拜在这
杜拜
对，在这这最近是迪拜，在这很短时间内已经非常非常富有，但是阿富汗没有做到。虽然说阿富汗又有自然资源，但是也有这么多钱，但是呢没有，所以美国没有，老百姓没有享受到任何的这个利益。所以呢，他们就是想让这个老百姓呢，就是阿富汗人呢，就是处于这种半贫困状态，这是现在目前的这种状态。所以，OK， I finished translation. So,
what was your question?
Are you happy? Are you happy about what American did to Afghan and
to left Afghanistan right now?
No. I mean, in the last 20 years. In the past 20 years.
I am happy when they came to Afghanistan.
No, if you look back past 20 years, American build roads, build at least a ring highway for Afghan. And we spend a lot of money to build a military base, more than one. I think there are 3 or 4 military bases all over Afghan. And so we spend a lot of money for the food and the medical aid. Totally, we spend about $140 billion on food and medical aid in the last 20 years. And Afghan's population, somebody say doubled, somebody say tripled since 20 years ago. So this is it means there is a very good development from this country. Is this correct or no? You don't feel that way?
我先翻译一下啊，
我说吧，我来
你说吧，
自己说，
你快说。
那我就是想问他一下呢，这个阿富汗人民对这个美国政府和人民对阿富汗的支持， 在过去呢20多年呢，阿富汗的人口增加了2倍到3倍啊。那美国呢也的确在阿富汗建了一条高速公路，是一个环绕型的一个 ring， 到底那个 ring 多大我没考察过啊，但是是建设过的，而且建了3、4个军事基地。然后呢，美国过去20年花了1400亿的这个食物和这个医疗设施的这个援助给阿富汗。我说这些难道对阿富汗人民不是一种帮助吗？我想听听他的意见。Okay, yeah, so just answer my question about the food and the medical aid from United States for the total amount of $140 billion in the last 20 years. So are you not happy about this, or what is your opinion?
Okay. First place, why the America came when Taliban was there 20 years ago, for 6-7 years. They said they're going after 9/11. They decided to go to Afghanistan to find bin Laden. Bin Laden was in Afghanistan. Mullah Omar was not in Afghanistan. They bought in Pakistan. Why didn't go to Pakistan? They came in Afghanistan. Why? They said, "Oh, we're gonna kick out Taliban. We're gonna take over to free your country." But no, they came. They said, "Oh, we're off after bin Laden, Osama bin Laden." But they found him from where? Pakistan. Mullah Omar was in Pakistan. And what's the purpose? You came in my country and you said you're looking for bin Laden and Mullah Omar, and you all of a sudden, okay, you built your you built your base in Bagram. You bring your militaries. You spend so much money. They spend so much money on their own.
Okay, so basically, you are saying from the view of Afghanistan people, you don't think bin Laden hide in Afghan. Is this correct? You think bin Laden has been in Pakistan, not Afghanistan?
No, bin Laden wasn't in Afghanistan. Bin Laden wasn't hiding in Pakistan. When they found him to kill him, he was in Pakistan. So was Mullah Omar. They came over, gonna go this 9/11 because of bin Laden. And we're going Afghanistan.
So other than that, other than this, this is your opinion, but from the U.S. Information, from the CIA or the U.S. government, we think bin Laden hide in the mountains of Afghanistan. We have been told this way for years, but you are saying this is not true.
No, politics never true. They don't
Okay.
让我分析一下啊，刚才呢，图西的问题呢是说，因为刚才有讲到说，Wazhma said 说的是，美国在这花了很多钱，但是跟阿富汗人民从中受益一点关系都没有。然后图西就说，那过去这个20年，阿富汗的人口啊，增长了1-2千万，你们那个为什么对美国有什么不满？然后呢，Wazhma的回答是说，为什么美国进了阿富汗呢？就是在911的时候，他们说去找bin Laden的，去找那个去找这些找bin Laden的，但是bin Laden并没有最后被杀死，是在巴基斯坦。他说你为什么不去巴基斯坦去找人呢？为什么要到阿富汗去找人呢？所以你们就是到了这个国家以后，为什么进来？就是你这个最开始的动机进来的时候就是一个很有质疑的一个事情，所以他们他不同意图西讲的说在过去为这个阿富汗建了公路啊，或者是因为图西讲说美国花了1亿几亿的这种医疗啊教育在阿富汗，但是呢Wazhma的回答是说，你为什么当初911的时候为什么进去呢？进去以后，接下再往前讲，他说你进来以后要是以美国的实力，你能一下子就把塔利班打倒了，为什么坚持就还是这么长时间呢？还是因为有其他目的 ？OK。
But
Shen
are you
Shui-
happy that the U.S. kicked Taliban out?
Say it again.
Ain't you happy that the U.S. kicked the Taliban out?
Yes. 20 years ago, yes, of course. Yeah, nobody wants Taliban. That time, Taliban was the worst, you know, like they stone woman in the soccer stadium, and they whip them. And after that, two tortures, then they shoot them to kill. And when somebody in Islam do something wrong, you don't stone them like that. You don't whip them. By Islam, if they do something bad without not marrying that man, you just get very tiny, small rock, very tiny.
So you're happy with the U.S. Continued occupation of Afghanistan after their invasion, right?
Yeah, after Taliban left, Afghanistan started rising. The more important thing was education for women, because in Taliban time, nobody goes school. Everybody was stay at home. The girls, I mean, even the boys, they more want the boys to go to madrasa instead of school. It was not much school. Economy really bad. People don't have money. There's no work. There's no business from outside to other countries do business in Afghanistan. When US came, they bring Karzai, start rising Afghanistan after 3 years. But 20 years, we still have a Taliban to come and do suicidal. They did a lot of suicidal in Afghanistan. Still, they don't stop. This side, America come in our country and try to build our country, helping us. And the other side, they're pushing Taliban to go do suicidal. And they ask them, I asked Taliban, why you go and inside Afghan people, poor people, you guys bombing? Or they said, we bomb the military of America. Military of America, United States, not inside the people and the streets. They can't. Even Afghan people, they're not allowed them to be around us. They're just in their base or the important places. They're not walking like me in Afghanistan. They can't. And they come and kill Afghans. They don't kill Americans that much.
Right.
Go ahead.
沈吹，你翻译一下吧。
没事，你翻译吧。
他讲说，他有点这个说的就是很矛盾，就是讲说美国在塔利班这20年，在阿富汗这20年的这个角色非常非常的很矛盾。他一方面呢又支持这个，就在这个刚才我们已经讲了哈，进去以后说是抓宾拉登，然后又一直在这边没有消灭，然后又在做，同时呢，这个塔利班呢，他们是在这个还是其实是在对阿富汗人，就这20年，虽然说是已经出去了，就好像是在恢复经济各方面都在恢复，但是呢，这里面恐怖事件也经常在发生。比如说，塔利班经常会到阿富汗去，就是杀人放火，但是他根本就不是真正对这些美国的基地进行有任何的伤害性，因为根本就是一般的人哈，包括阿富汗人都不能接近这些军事基地，所以塔利班在这一段时间一直以来伤害的全是阿富汗本土的老百姓吧，跟这个塔利班跟美国的基地是没有什么绝对关系的。OK。
And 20
Okay,
years.
maybe we can move on about the women's status topic, which you have been focusing in your lifetime. So since the occupation by the American force to Afghan, do you notice any change of the women's status and life compared to the years before ruled by Taliban? can you
You
develop?
mean the Taliban? You mean the Taliban?
Yeah, compared to the 90s women's status, and compare that to after U.S. occupation.
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
For when Taliban was there, there's no education for women. There's no rights for women. Women cannot go school, college, or work. But when United States came in Afghanistan, took over, bring the president of Karzai, former president. Afghanistan, women can go work, start a school and college, and they rise. They be more educated. In past 20 years, we have a lot of educated women than men. They work really hard because they saw they taste the better of not being educated past 6-7 years and when Taliban was there. They're thirsty for education. In Congress, no country has more congresswomen than our country. We have more congresswomen than all over the world. Everybody know that. And this much, they're all educated. They either they go to out of country, get their education, go back to Afghanistan work, or they get their education in Afghanistan. We have a good universities over there. We have a private and by government also. And we have a good schools over there, good teachers over there. But right past 20 years, Afghanistan becoming really good, except it was a lot of suicidal bombing, a lot of blast. That's the only thing. They have it maybe once a week, twice a week. It was a lot of, we have a lot of death in Afghanistan past 20 years. A lot of people died, a lot of
you mean the terror attack?
Yes.
To the U.S. soldier or to your own people?
Taliban said we do to the U.S. soldier, but it was they used to go in the crowd, kill more Afghans. And that time, like they go to the market. In the market, America not going to do shopping. They have their own place.
Yes.
But to be fair,
let me translate.
Let me just add one question to this. So on surface, you can see in the past 20 years, the peace, the relatively stable government and all these women can go to school, have education because of the American military presence in Afghanistan and the NATO or UN, whatever. Is that not the case? And also, if that's not the case, I think the Taliban has returned a long time ago. This is just my question. I'm just not.
Yeah, I got your question. Listen, okay. America came in our country, but they don't took over like Russian did. They just came to help out, right? And to try to rise up or try to be successful. But America told us to go choose your president.
Right.
And people choose former President Karzai. And by people, he came, he worked for temporary for 6 months because nobody knew him that time. He was jihadi.
Right.
Then when people saw him, he worked hard, he did some good stuff, then he got elected by people. Then after that, he been being a president for a long time, twice. Then after that, Ashraf Ghani came. Ashraf Ghani got elected by people because he was working in the government before he is being a president. America didn't take our government. America just came to help us out and try to by saying we're helping Afghan people. Then they came to get their what they want, they're looking for, what they're then they said, oh, we're looking for bin Laden. We just want a bin Laden because he's the reason we did 9/11.
You mean they are in there because for their own purpose, not for they have their own purpose to be there, right? Okay. So 我翻译一下啊，那个谁，图西，我比你说话快，就是刚才图西问了一些问题，然后这个回答是说，在过去的我们就是说哈，美国军队在那个地方，我结合我们俩刚才共同问的一些问题，就是说我就问的，我说你看美国虽然说他对美国有点不是特别满意，但是我就想美国在那20多年了，你们这些他讲说在这个阿富汗议会的女人的人数占的是比任何其他政府都多，而且女人受教育程度在这个20年之内呢，在阿富汗是剧增，就是因为他们这么多年没有机会去学习上学，还有在工作呀，这个没有任何机会，所以在这20年之内呢，女人一下子就是脱颖而出，很多在各个行业各个领域，包括议会都非常非常的进步了很多。那我就问我说，你看这20年之内，如果没有美国的这种保护，军事的这种保护和他的在阿富汗，你们不可能有这种情况。那个塔利班早就回去卷土重来，重新来了。他说，这个是怎么回事？然后他的解释是说，在苏联在阿富汗的时候，苏联整个就是成为了当地阿富汗的政府，它是跟美国现在后来是不一样的，就是在苏联在的时候，它是把整个政府它是整个是拿下来的，但是美国呢，他们一直在说的是进了阿富汗以后，他们是协助阿富汗政府，协助就是帮他出一些就是训练军队、训练警察或者协助，然后呢是让阿富汗人民自己去选当地的总统，他民选了3次嘛，各种各样的总统有。所以呢，这是不同的，就是前苏联和现在的美国对阿富汗虽然都是在那个地方，但是他们所做的角色是不同的。然后在这几十年中呢，阿富汗自己呢是有自己的民选政府，它是民选出来的政府，然后所以造成了很多这种妇女啊、学生啊、女人可以女孩子或者各种各样的人可以充分的受教育。然后那个。
就过去这个20年呢，基本上阿富汗经历过3任总统，
对，3任总统。
第一任是一开始是委任的，后来呢被重新再选上去了，因为他是比较勤奋的一个总统，就得到了大家的认可，所以他连任过。第2任呢是第3任是刚刚跑掉这个总统，
对。
那我们现在就。我想把下面的话题呢带到这一次的这个逃离阿富汗的这个阶段因为他认识几个这种包括前天晚上这个在机场被炸死的其中一个 YouTuber 他有一些这方面的故事讲给大家聽Okay, now let's shift question. I have a question about the escape from Kabul. We all notice Taliban is coming back, and the U.S. after U.S. declare withdrawal, so there is an agreement arranged from the military base. So Taliban move much faster than everybody expect. So you say some people has already escaped from Kabul, from Afghan, and somebody was even killed during the blast 2 days ago. So can you share any story from this part?
Yeah, when Taliban came, America slowly past last month told as workers to citizens to leave the embassy, and they left. They got advocated and they just left and gone. Then they told the people used to work for them for translation, and past 20 years they went also. But all of a sudden something happened in airport. They said, oh, Taliban is here. After 1 day of Taliban came, everybody rushed in Kabul airport, and we don't know how if they found out, who told them, how the news spread so fast. 40,000 people in the airport it's been for 11 days. They try to come to America. Most of them don't have document. They just have a ID from Afghanistan. They came from villages, from other states. Why you going? Oh no, we don't want Taliban. Taliban is disaster. We're scared. We don't want to live here anymore. We're not safe with Taliban. And they're not our president. They keep saying they're not us. We don't want Pakistan. There's hashtag Pakistan. There's hashtag Pakistan. We don't want Pakistan. We don't want Pakistan. Right. Yeah. Okay. And that's why as this much rush happened in the Kabul airport, all of a sudden 2 days ago, it was suicidal bombing blast. Yeah. And they said, the Taliban said, we don't do it. And Daesh, ISIS, they said, we did. And when Afghans saw over there, other people was around it. When the blast happened, United States military was on the top of those trailers, the walls. Yeah. They got the gun and they shoot all of them.
The American Army.
Yes, American Army, and but that's why they lost their life. A lot of people. The blast
after the suicide bomber.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the suicide bomb, the American Army, they shoot from the top, and people saw it.
Yeah. I watched it on BBC today. I saw BBC News come out. There are journalists on the ground reported this incident on
Yeah,
Twitter.
it's gonna coming out more.
Yeah. 我先翻译一下啊，然后我让希诺问个问题。我先翻译一下。刚才我们讲就是图西把话题转到现在这些阿富汗人想往外跑。他说现在突然之间呢，因为刚才他讲了，我们可能漏翻了，就是说。给美国给西方这些所有的政府机关做翻译的这些人吧，过去20年，他们现在在塔利班回来以后，生命是有的时候是会有危险的，就是各种找这些人哈，可能说他们是觉得是什么这个奸那个奸的，所以这些人呢就会被有序的给送出去，送到美国呀或者其他地方，但是呢，现在他就讲，现在目前在卡布机场呢，它有一个特别奇怪的现象，就是突然之间大家可能都属于那种很紧张的状态，突然之间在11天之内，在卡布机场有4万多人聚集在那个飞机机场上，想逃离阿富汗，就是因为他们很明确的用的是不想让巴基斯坦人不想受巴基斯坦人的这种控制，他们现在就基本上把巴基斯坦和这个塔利班是划等号的，觉得后面是巴基斯坦，所以这是一个问题。然后另外呢，就是2天前有一个就是自杀那种炸弹自杀的人，我们现在知道有差不多100多人，将近200人，其中已经就是被伤亡吧，死了大概是100多人，然后可能就是伤的也很多，其中包括美国的13个军人。但是他们现在呢，就是在当地的机场是看到的，就是这个是说是 ISIS， 就是伊斯兰国，他们说是他们干的。但是呢，现场的情况呢，有这种报道是现在出来呢，是这个自杀的这个人把炸弹引爆以后呢，美国的有很多军队他们当时在机场是站在一个比较高地的一个地方，炸完以后可能是不知道什么原因就是他们冲着这个人群在开枪，所以很多死伤是因为美国的军队向这些人群开枪造成的死亡。刚才我跟他补充，我说现在其实推特上已经 BBC 的一个记者已经爆出来了，确实有这种当地的这个镜头，所以这个是现在是一个问题，就是为什么会出现这种 是这种措施，这种现象和过失吧，就是我们刚才说的是这个。希诺，你要问问题吗？
这一点我在那个中国的大陆的央视也报道了，说有不少人是身体是中了子弹被打死的。我是觉得有点奇怪，但是我稍微的解读一下这个新闻，就是说，可能当时有一些美军呢，他是认为有人在袭击他们，所以呢，他搞不清楚谁是这个袭击者，所以对人群可能有一些怀疑的地方就进行了扫射。
OK，
希诺，你要说什么话吗？
我先翻译一下，然后你再让希诺问啊。就是 Wazhma, I just translate. So this piece of news you just mentioned, the American military shooting at a crowd. This has been also been reported by the Chinese media and also BBC. So we just want to confirm this.
Yeah.
And they think it's because of the U.S. Army. They are in the panic mood, and so they are just shooting at random or thinking they have been attacked. So that's
no, they think there are
situation.
more attacker from the crowd.
Yeah. Okay, that's their excuse, but no, they just wanna make everybody to go. It was too much. It's out of hand. That's why this happened. That's why they shoot it, because they order them from the top. Their general, shoot it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And when you kill too much, you don't care about the rest. You say, okay, let me get the.
So you say you earlier you say you have a friend who was killed 2 days ago, and she is a YouTuber. Can you share some story of
She
her?
was a very famous young girl, 19 years old, YouTuber. She used to go people's house or on the street, ask kids, the woman, the girls, when they used to do back for the beggars, like for money.
Yeah.
And or she used to ask women, what are you doing on the street? Why you? And she people was watching and send her money to help them financially, or get a house for them from the take them out from the street, find a house for them, rent a house, give them, buy them grocery, take their kids to school. She was really active girl, young. She was in college.
Is she an American resident or just regular Afghan people?
Afghan.
But how can she left Afghan?
Okay.
Because according to our knowledge, only the American citizen or residents can leave.
Not in the beginning. The beginning they said anybody can come to airport. We're gonna take them to America. No, not in the beginning. They announced that offer America. Then everybody wants to come because nobody wants to stay under Taliban's flag.
But they need to show a paperwork to pass the checking
now
point.
They said, no. 80% of Afghan here right now in United States, and they're without paper, without document. They don't even work. They don't ask in the beginning. 2 days on this straight. They all took everybody from Afghanistan. After
in the
that,
first 2 days.
The first 2 days, yes.
All right.
And this girl, how she died, she was not home that day. Luckily, she got lucky, but the Taliban came in her door because she was famous YouTuber, and they knocked the door, and the dad opened it. And we want to see your daughter. The dad said she's not here, and they came inside the door house, and they said they looked for her, and she was not there. And right after, as soon as they left, the dad called her, said, "Don't come at home stay whatever your uncle's house because Taliban was here looking for you. She got so panicked. She went to, I get dry mouth when I talk about that. When she took her cousin clothes, it's her age. Said, give me one pair of clothes and the plastic bag. She took that and she took taxi to airport. She just ran and went. She was 100 feet away to go inside the Air Force. The blast happened and she died.
Okay, I will translate this part. Okay, so, 在美军要撤离的时候，最开始2天呢，所有的他说这个当时的公告是呢，所有想离开阿富汗的人都可以去机场，所以造成了很多人往机场跑。这是当时的前2天。所以现在很多跑出去的人呢，他们根本也不是为美国呀或者其他地方工作过的这些人，只是说想离开的都能离开。但是后来这个政策变了，就是你必须要有这种就是后来就严格了啊，咱们就不说。然后呢，他就谈到他认识的一个女孩子，这个女孩子19岁，她是一个非常非常著名的一个 YouTuber， 就是一个在做油管的频道的一个女孩子。这个女孩子呢，经常平时呢是帮助这些无家可归的人，给他们募捐，然后把钱给他们，让他们去给他们找房子、找吃的东西，所以在阿富汗非常非常有名。就在最近这1-2周，在塔利班回来的时候，塔利班就去他家敲他的门找他，因为他很有名，所以塔利班的人去他家里去找他。找他以后，他父亲在家里，就是说这个女孩子不在家，你们不要来了，然后就打电话告诉这个女孩子说，你不能回家，你要赶快跑，因为有人塔利班在找你。这个女孩子就从她的这个表亲家拿了一身衣服，放在一个塑料袋子里，就往这个机场跑，想离开阿富汗。她在离这个机场的这个入口处还有大概100英尺，大概是10米左右的这么一个距离的时候呢，正好这个炸弹炸了，然后现在这个女孩子就是死亡了。这是她知道自己的一个发生的一件事。
这是一个19岁的一个女孩，还挺年轻的，但她并不是美国的公民或者美国的 residents， 就是美国的居民，但是她也是希望能够离开阿富汗。
对，因为有人在对 ，OK。
So let me ask you this. We read some news. There is a famous singer, Ayana Saeed.
Ayana Saeed, yes.
Yeah. Do you? She escaped. She took the C-17, the military aircraft, the huge one, together with another 600 people, and fled from Afghan. Do you know this story, or do you know anybody from that big airplane? We all shocked when we see that big image. The image was so crowded. Somebody say 600 people, somebody say 800 people in the same airplane. Do you have any story to share? Let me brief in Chinese first. Then 我正在问他一个问题呢，就是我们都听说过了一个著名的这个阿富汗歌手Ayana Saeed，坐在那个美军的一架 C-17的大型运输机逃离了这个阿富汗。当时飞机上有这个大概有人说600多人，有人说800多人。我现在问问他，这飞机上他有没有认识的人 ？Okay, go ahead.
Yes, when Taliban came, you guys all know Taliban came overnight when everybody was asleep in the Kabul, capital of Afghanistan. They don't came in daytime, they came at nighttime, but in the morning, everybody normal life, they went work, school, college, TV show, everything. All of a sudden, at around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at daytime, noontime, they said, oh, Taliban is here inside the Kabul. Everybody ran their houses, everybody. All the women, the kids, men, everybody. Nobody stayed in the house, in their work. She was in the studio. the TV, Tulot TV studio. When she go to Afghanistan, she always go over there, the Tulot studio. And they found out, and she has a very famous face, and Taliban was warning her so many times there before, and also Taliban was looking for her. She don't live in Afghanistan. She's a citizen of British UK, and then they're hiding her. They hide her for 3 days. After 3 days, I think somehow the military, I think, or somebody make her escape with her fiance in the car. Then she went to the airport. They got her without those rushing and stuff because she's famous. She's a singer. If Taliban catch her, believe me, she's not gonna be alive. She'd be in pieces. And she went to the airplane. You saw the biggest amount of people. It was, I think,
C-17.
Yeah, C-17. It was, I think, 600 or 700 people was there. She went to the Qatar with all the passengers. The Air Force take them, all the refugees. She stayed in the Qatar for 1 day. Then she went to Germany first, because Qatar to Germany is more closer. Then from Germany, they bring her to US. Then from US, she went to Holland, Amsterdam. And she's still in Amsterdam. Because of the COVID, I think she has to stay for 10 days, then she need to go to British. That's the rule now, right now. When you state to state, she can go right straight to that country she wanted. Still, she's in Holland. What happened?
我来翻译。
I was trying. Yeah. Okay.
Percy 分享了一下那个歌手的这个照片哈，这个我们在海外媒体上都看到了这个人啊，坐的那个 C-17的那个飞机上逃离了阿富汗，他经过了这个阿联酋，然后呢跑到了德国的一个美军基地，然后呢到了美国，但是呢又给转运到了荷兰。因为他最终的目的地好像是要去英国，他现在在荷兰呢。
英国国籍，他是
他是英国国籍他也在荷兰，现在要经过10天的这个就是隔离隔离病毒，因为新冠病毒的问题。好。
Okay, so we have some people wants to ask questions. I will let them to speak. 希诺，你先说吧。
好。Dear Ramadan, your name is Wazhma?
Wazhma.
Wazhma? Okay. My name is Sano. Very nice to hear your story. And I think my question is very simple. And 20 years ago, I was surprised by a big event. Bamyan's Bodhisattva Stadium was destroyed by the Taliban. Yeah. And although many Chinese businessmen want to buy or get it, I believe that my hometown businessman, he tried to spend 30 million, probably $30 million US to get the stadium. But the Taliban government say no. So finally, the biggest stadium it is and standing in the Taliban in Afghanistan, the land about maybe the 1,500 years destroyed by the US government. My question is, faced to this terrible defect, you and your family and your community, is agree or disagree? And I just want to know your opinion. Thank you very much.
my opinion, when Taliban came, and the first time they destroyed Bamyan, that's our treasure. That's people come and visit, and Bamyan make money off of that. That was really, really, really has a history, that Bamyan. It's Buddhism, right?
Yeah.
And we never destroy that. Even we take care of it for centuries, for decades. But
Yeah.
when they came 20 years,
1,500
yes,
years.
yes,
The Chinese we have the novel, the Asian novel called the Western terrorist Western 西游记. That's how to translate it. In that novel, and we have the story about this great Buddhist statues. So we know that, but they're destroyed by the Taliban. So this event leave a very, very bad image about Afghanistan, your country.
That's why we don't want Taliban, because they don't came to build our country. They came to destroy our country.
Right.
From the Bamyan statues,
yeah,
to women, to education, work, business. We rise. We always rise. They came now. We know their taste. 20 years ago, they don't do good job in our country. They destroy, they kill people. That's all they do. They have a big gun everywhere. 4 or 5 of them standing somewhere. They try to kill people or beat them up. And that's all they know about it. That's why we don't want them, because they don't came in my country to build my country. They came to destroy my country. Do I deserve it? Nobody deserves this kind of life, to come and destroy your country. For what? What we did to the world?
Wazhma, let me explain. 希诺先生这是问这个巴米扬大佛被炸的事情啊。Wazhma女士表示，这个不是阿富汗人干的，这个是塔利班干的。他是始终认为塔利班呢就不是阿富汗人，基本上是这么一个态度。那下面我想问一个问题，就是说这个do you speak the same language like the Taliban, or do you understand them, or not at all? Wazhma.
They speak Pashto, but
yeah, Pashto. You speak Pashto?
No, I don't speak Pashto, but
do you understand?
I understand them. But yes, I understand,
okay.
But because I've been away for a long time, it's hard for me to understand them because I don't have practice.
Okay.
Yes.
我刚才问他一下，他跟那个塔利班，因为塔利班他们讲的是那个帕什图语言，那这个瓦什马女士呢，她不是特别的，她可以听懂，但是她不是特别的流利啊，不能够沟通。好，那个好像这个神吹有问题，
神吹你问题问吧。
OK，
你最好先用中文解释一下，然后就用英文。
没关系，你说吧。
OK， Madam, I'll ask the question in Chinese first, and then ask you in English so that the audience can understand. 所以我下面要给他们，我的声音还好吧？我要问的一个问题呢是，在这种消息传来的时候，根据他刚才描述是，阿富汗人普遍陷入一种混乱和慌张的状态。那么这种印象是不是来自于原本对阿富汗塔利班的这个印象，还是说他们有待于，就是他对这个事情的展望，他有待于这个尘埃落定以后，一切事情能够比较有一个更清晰的 picture 呢？还是他就是坚持认为这个塔利班呢不会带来任何好运气 ？Okay, here's my question. So from what you described, that when Taliban entered the Kabul city, everyone seems to be panicked.
Yes.
Don't they heard the news that the Taliban expanding and marching to the capital like within a week, like weeks before? Because from what I see on Twitter, I can see that the people put on Twitter that Taliban is advancing to Kabul, and even like they are like 100 kilometers away, 10 kilometers away, something like that. But I understand that Afghan people should be able to know that news as well. So is that the people just suddenly become panicked because they get the impression from the past that Taliban is like very strict religious fighter, religious, they are really strict in implement Sharia law and everything, all this brutality and stuff. Or they do have a first-hand knowledge of what Taliban really is. I mean, when everything is settled, because currently we're experiencing a really chaotic situation, when everything's settled down, are you expecting maybe Taliban is going to be a little bit changed due to the international pressure, or you think they're just never going to change? Afghanistan is down road into a very dark era.
When Taliban came in the other states around the outside of the capital, Kabul, everybody know they're there, they're fighting, but nobody expect this soon they can enter in Kabul, because even the president says no, they're not gonna come in Kabul. We're gonna destroy them. They're not gonna be success, and that's why they don't allow it, and nobody knows, and nobody everybody's shocked and surprised, because they told the Afghan military to don't shoot on them, give up with your guns. They don't want to do with the military. They said, let us fight with them. It was all setups. Believe me, all setups. Even the president don't have a free hand to say something. Whatever US told him, he did it. And he said, I don't want to give up. And he did. He told everybody. He did a speech 3 days before they came and entered the capital.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then he gave a speech and he said, I'm not going to leave the country. I will die for my country, but I'm not going to let them to come take over. But look at, he ran away. He left us overnight. Nobody know. Even he's not even gave a speech. Well, my fellow Afghan, I'm leaving because I don't want no blood in this country. I just want to do it peacefully. No, he took the money. He steal Afghanistan money. He steal people's money. He steal the military money, Afghan military money, billion dollars. He went to Emirat. What kind of president you have to lift your country? That's right. Father of that country, right? And just go, not turn his back on everybody.
Right. 我快翻译一下啊，就是刚才神吹问哈，说你刚才神吹自己已经解释了，说为什么塔利班就是我们在推特上都能看，说塔利班就在卡布外面100公里、10公里，马上就要接近了。为什么卡布的人到最后一刻都塔利班进来了以后，整个才就是这种惊慌的这种逃命的这种现象，为什么会出现这种情况？然后呢，Wazhma讲说，在塔利班进去的前3-2天，他们当时的总统说，跟这些人讲说，我会就是与这个国家共存亡会打，会跟他们开仗，不会让他们进来。他有这种讲话，所以没有人想到塔利班就一直就一下进去，因为他们这个总统后来就跑了，突然之间跑之前呢，也没有讲任何事情，说我不想让血流成河，所以我走，他什么都没有说。就虽然说3-2天前他讲了说我要什么 要打，要跟他们不让他们进来，要共存亡，跟国家不会就是投降，但是他就非常这种，就是莫名其妙拿着就用Wazhma 讲说他拿了成百上千很多钱吧，就是跑到那个阿联酋去了，没有讲，就是很多人很气愤吧，就是说什么样的总统能干这种事儿，没有对他的国民讲任何事情，虽然说答应不跑，但是后来突然就跑了，这是一个很多人都在问这个问题。陈吹，你有补充吗？
我在跟着问一个问题，就是我想问呢，当这个他对阿富汗的前景，就是说怎么样摆脱这个目前的困境，我不知道这个问题是太大了。So my follow-up question is, what do you expect is going to happen in Afghanistan, and do you see any way out of current situation? What you expecting basically? Are you expecting U.S. to do something, European Union to do something, China to do something, Russia to do something?
We don't expect from the United States anything anymore because he left us. In less than 2 weeks, he turned his back on us in 360 degrees. We don't expect anything from the United States anymore because we know that that's all his power. Whatever he did it to Vietnam, same thing. He did the same thing to Vietnam. He did the same thing to Iraq, to Syria. That's their habit. That's their policy. They just want to do whatever they, for their own good. They come and get it and go. And but we don't expect anything from them anymore. Look at the airport. What they did is a disaster. I cannot imagine. I see in my dream that kind of stuff. It's so embarrassing for the world. Taliban came, the first thing they did, they put my flag down. I never forgive them for this. This is my identity. How could you put your flag up and you put my flag without asking? They're not even in the power yet to announce it. They're not even accepted by Afghanistan people. They're not even accepted by United Nations. They're not even accepted by world. Only if government accept them, it's Iran and Russia and China, unfortunately. Because China, I know they want to do business in Afghanistan because China did business in Afghanistan past 20 years. They're very successful. And that's why.
Okay.
And they have planned also now our country to come and get what they want to do. But this time we're not going to let nobody. People this time going to fight. Just wait.
Right. Yes. Okay. So 陈吹，你要翻译还是我来翻译一下 ？OK， 我先说吧。陈吹别开麦。就是陈吹的问题是说，你对未来怎么看？就是是不是还期待说美国留下来继续就是在这个维持这种维稳吧？就是美国是不是还应该继续在这个地区？Wazhma 的回答是呢，是说我们对美国不抱任何希望。就是美国从一开始，像他，比如说他在伊拉克、在中东做的所有事情，都是他进来有他自己的目的，他撤走，他根本这是他一贯的一种行为。所以阿富汗人呢，就是他自己的观点啊，就是说对这个美国现在不抱任何希望。然后呢，这是第一个，就是阿富汗要靠自己，就是他们要自己还是要抗争，具体怎么抗争他也没有讲。但是说他说这个塔利班进到喀布以后呢，第一件事就是把阿富汗的国旗给扔到地上，扔掉了。说这个在目前没有任何几个国家承认这个塔利班政府的时候，他这种把国旗扔到地上，拿掉了阿富汗的国旗，这是对所有阿富汗人的一种侮辱和也是阿富汗人的耻辱。但是他讲说，现在目前有3个国家承认了塔利班政府，包括就是伊朗、中国和俄罗斯。You're saying there are 3 governments recognize Taliban government, including China, Iran, and Russia. Is that correct?
Yes.
OK， 就是这3个国家目前呢是承认塔利班 so soon within a week or two they recognize the government now.
Yes.
Taliban government. Okay.
And they're not announced yet. They're officially Afghanistan they have Afghanistan power, Taliban. They're not, because they're waiting until 9/11 until United States take out their military, their troops, the last troops they have it. They're not announced yet, and the Russian, China, Iran accepted. And Iran has a Taliban right now, the Iran government. The Taliban, we have it. The same time they went over there because they get supported by Iran government, selling their guns on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw there was a meeting between the Chinese, some foreign minister with Taliban, some Taliban leader as well. So okay, let me translate. So 他说这3个国家目前来讲哈，就是只有伊朗、中国和俄罗斯基本上非官方、非正式的接受了塔利班政府。因为什么呢？因为最近在伊朗啊，政府之间和塔利班政府有互相的这种会议往来。然后中国的外交的什么一些使节也和塔利班的一些领导人吧有一些会谈，俄罗斯也是，他们在等到没有正式宣布，但是要等美国彻底撤军以后，大概就是911啊这前后会正式承认塔利班政府。Okay. So we have another question. Miles, do you want to ask your question?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, madam. I have 2 questions. And the first thing is, you just said the Taliban is now the part of Afghanistan or now belong to the Afghanistan. What does that mean? You mean the Taliban as a concept or religion is now belong to the Afghanistan, or the people of the Taliban people, those people, they basically say they have most like 60,000 the troops. Those people do not belong to the Afghanistan. Okay, this is my question. From our knowledge, as long as anyone who was born in Afghanistan, they belong to that country, to the Afghanistan. That's our knowledge about it. So I just want you to clarify, or what is the concept that you just mentioned? The Taliban is now the part of the Afghanistan. Thanks. And then my second question is, what do you think about the Northern Airlines? They are part of the Afghanistan people, or there are some kind of hope for Afghanistan people? Okay, thanks.
Taliban is not part of Afghanistan. They don't belong to Afghanistan. They're from Pakistan, from Punjab.
Okay, so that means
they always been training, I told before, by a madrasa in Pakistan.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
For my understanding, from your theory, the people who was get trained from outside the country, they probably is no longer belong to their own country anymore. Is that right?
Yes, the leader of Taliban is Pakistani.
Okay, I raised the same question about, okay, you know, the president of Afghanistan, the Ghali, who was born in Afghanistan and grew up in United States, and then he become to the president later. Do you think he is belong to the Afghanistan or not?
Yes, of course. Ashraf Ghani is from Afghanistan. He's Pashtun. So is Karzai. They both Pashtun troop.
Okay.
Yes, they're.
Okay. He is belong to Afghanistan, but he
But
got same.
Remember this, sir. Ashraf Ghani went from America. He was not in Afghanistan much. He came in Afghanistan by power of United States of government. But he was not in Obama time. He was not. I think he was not to live there for a long time. He was out of this country. Ashraf Ghani was a professor of university in my city, and very smart guy, intelligent. He's genius.
Okay.
He has students here, American. They all know him. Very smart, but he didn't made for being a politician like a Trump. Donald Trump is good with business, but not being in politics.
Okay.
But he did miss a lot of mistakes in Afghanistan. He thought he's gonna fix Afghanistan like the way he learned in America, but no. He compared apple to orange, but didn't happen over there because there was a lot of corruption over there. Around him, there was a lot of this warlord people. The one they fight for years and years and 4 decades, and they're not happy with Ashraf Ghani because Ashraf Ghani didn't do anything for Afghanistan. He was out of country since young age. Ashraf Ghani didn't even know how to speak Farsi, Pashto much, always English. Because he's
This is the second president, right?
Yeah.
Is
The one,
okay.
Yeah, the one left Afghanistan overnight, left this
Okay,
country.
we're talking about. He is in the US.
No, he's in the Emirates.
He
He
was
born,
I know.
grown up in US, but he's
Okay.
currently now in Emirates, right?
Yeah, correct.
Emirates, yeah, he's in Emirates.
So okay, let me just done quickly in Chinese. So我们现在在说这个Miles 问题是说，又重新问了一下，为什么他认为塔利班不是阿富汗人？这个其实 Miles 最开始我们问的这个问题了，因为我就不再解释了啊。然后已经讲了，他说是巴基斯坦把这些人抓走了以后训练，然后回到阿富汗，所以阿富汗人不认为塔利班是阿富汗人。这个刚才节目开始的时候我们问过这个问题，然后就说起来这个总统，然后那个 Miles 问说，那你这个总统也是在阿富汗生，美国长，说这个是不是也不算阿富汗人呢？他说的这个总统是美国扶植起来的一个总统，他对是一个非常非常有学问的一个教授，但是他呢是在奥巴马期间被美国扶植起来这么一个总统，他想把美国的这一套体制吧，在阿富汗推行，但是就好像苹果跟橘子比一样，就是最后还是不能够成功。但是他人是一个非常就是很有学问呀，很有观点的这么一个人，但是他的这些套在中国，在阿富汗没有实行下去。然后呢，我再重复一下那个 Miles 的第二个问题，就是那个 Northern Alliance 是不是你的意思是不是他的希望是吗？那个 Miles 还是说是不是下一个？
首先我就是说他对 Northern Alliance 的看法。
Okay, so Wazhma, what's your view on Northern Alliance? Because at the moment we heard that Northern Alliance going to there's some movement and fighting against Taliban. What do you view on this?
Northern Alliance, we don't call them Northern Alliance anymore because they're a state now.
They're a state now, okay.
Yes, they accept, they're Panjshiri, they're a troop of Panjshir, they're very strong people. Ahmad Shah Massoud, he was the leader of Northern Alliance for years, fighting over Russian. He's the reason. He's the reason. Let's give him a credit. I'm a Pashtun myself. I'm from Kandahar. Have you guys heard Kandahar?
Yes.
Yes. I'm from there. I'm pure Pashtun.
Right.
From dad and mom's side. But Ahmad Shah Massoud was, when they kill him, he's from Panjshir. Very strong man, very smart. He fight with Russian for years and years. And he's always successful. If he was here, this stuff is not going to happen to come. America come took over, or Taliban come, or you know, he's the one, he's the reason to kick out Russian, because he fight with them.
Right.
But now his son is going to start. He has a son training well. A lot of people is with him, even from other states, from other troops. They're going to start war, or they're just waiting for the people to, these citizens going to get out from Afghanistan. Because he says, I don't want these citizens to, you know, citizens going to be, something happen to them. I don't want to happen to anybody, but that's why they're waiting for that. And that's why Taliban not announcing they're going to be a Emirat, Islamic Emirat, you know,
right.
A government. They can't do that now. And they just in the streets. It's why everything is so messed up. Bank is closed, school is closed, work is closed. Nobody going their office. They're scared. They're hiding.
Yes.
It's chaos. Basically, it's chaos. Everything.
I know. I just follow up on this question. Then I will translate. There is somebody in the room asking, say, if foreign intervention or any other superpower cannot help, cannot do anything for Afghanistan, So what? How do you see the future? Who is going to fight for this? To get rid of Taliban? How can you do it? We mentioned Northern Alliance already. So do you think they are the possible hope?
We have a 300,000 troop.
Yes, national security and
very
military.
Strong one. 20 years they've been trained. We have all the weapons, guns, helicopter, and tank, everything. We have everything full in Afghanistan. But remember this, every country, they need other countries' help, right? With business-wise, or with war, or with anything, right?
Yeah.
If other countries not doing business with us,
right,
or helping the country, our neighbors especially, not Pakistan, not Iran. Right now, we can't count on anybody anymore because China turned their back on us. Russia, Iran, Pakistan, of course. But we're expecting Turkey and Tajikistan said they're gonna help us with the war.
Mm-hmm.
And Turkey also, they offer with the war. And we have a United Nations. There's a United Nations supposed to help us. That's why they're there for 100%. They need to help us.
But where are these 300,000 troops?
They're everywhere.
They're gone.
They're
under
everywhere.
whose control?
Right now, nobody. Only
Okay.
the Northern Alliance.
Yeah. Okay.
And they all went over there. Most of them, majority of them.
Went to Northern Alliance?
Yes. Maybe,
okay.
I don't want to give wrong number, maybe 60 to 65% they went Northern Alliance.
Okay. Okay. Let me translate this part.
Sorry. Let me tell you this much too.
Yeah.
As I talked with somebody yesterday, he is from Northern Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the protest. He came to me and he talked to me. I said, where's the troop? The Afghan military, he said, the 60 to 65% is on in Northern Alliance with how much to the sun.
Okay.
Go ahead.
OK， 我翻译一下哈，刚才这个问题有点多，就是说，Miles 问题呢，就是说这个 Northern Alliance 我不知道中文怎么说，就是北什么呀？就是他们有一个北部有一个军队是一直在跟
北方联盟，
北方联盟，后来就在问哈，刚才天使也在留言区问说，如果外界所有的这些政府都指不上了，你又要推翻塔利班，你怎么弄呢？然后呢 ，Miles 结合 Miles 问题说，你是不是要靠就是北方联盟现在怎么样，他们能不能就是起到什么作用，有什么希望？然后，回答是这样，就是北方联盟现在他原来最早那个头就已经就是被暗杀了以后，现在他儿子正在拿起武装组织这个起来，而且这个北方联盟已经不再是一个就是一个联盟，它已经成立一个好像它像一个国家一样的了哈，这么一个组织。然后呢，现在就是我就问哈，我说那你觉得还是回到这个问题，就是政府军在美国培训了大概30万的政府军，怎么这些政府军突然一夜什么都没有了呢？就总统跑了，政府军都去哪儿了？他说他昨天在游行的时候碰到那个北方联盟的一个人，他跟他讲说60%到75%，60%到65%的现在这个30多万政府军去到了北方联盟这个地方，所以他们会进一步的就是和塔利班可能要内战吧，你要说不好就是马上就要内战。然后现在呢，他讲说所有的这些周边国家，包括中国、伊朗、美国、巴基斯坦都已经跟他们就是放弃阿富汗了，现在就是这种状态，所以他们谁也指不上。但是目前来讲，好像就是有指望说能够是不是联合国呀，或者土耳其啊，或者这些国家能不能对他们有不同的态度，这是目前的状况。我想问一个问题啊 ，Let me ask a question then. This photo, Wazhma, Wazhma, what's this photo? Where is this taken? I got this photo from you, so 就是这张照片，我想问问，就是a man lying on an aeroplane. So where is this photo?
Yeah. This is really sad. When the first day they announced it, we're gonna take people to America, this young boy, 11 of them, 10 of them on the wing of the airplane, because the airplane was full. And this one is on top of the airplane. Did you see? Or
yes,
can you
correct.
see
We can see it.
And
yeah.
he's only 18 years old. They all young age, from 17, 18, 19 kids. Right. They rush to Kabul airport, and they keep telling the military, American military, to take us. We don't want to stay with Taliban. They're full of airplane. They don't take them, and they don't even know what's going on. And they all went in their wing, and he's in the wing. He fly. Right. After maybe 2 minutes, he fall off from the plane, and he died. We lost 11 of them.
Right.
From
one flight.
In one flight, yes.
Okay.
It's really sad.
Okay. How old is this boy? When he
18 years old.
18. OK， 我在问这个照片哈，这照片是他发给我的，说是我就问这照片是怎么回事。他说在那个第2天，很多人就是惊慌失措要往机场跑的时候，很多人我们看到有这些年轻人哈，因为飞机坐满了，他们进不去，所以就趴到这个鸡的翅膀上。这个男孩子18岁，他们一共就是趴在这个飞机的这个机翼上面哈，就起飞，然后这一个飞机掉下来，大概11个人。There are 11 people, 11 in total fall off this plane.
Yes.
Day. OK. 就是他说，当这一个飞机，有很多人这种情况在飞机上，然后11个在这个飞机上，然后丧生的。OK.
我补充一句啊，就是说
，OK，
这个也我个人认为这个事件本身真的，但这照片可能不 不够真实，因为
OK
人跟发动机的比例不对，而且也不可能处在那个位置，而且这个
OK
飞机也不对，好吧？
OK so OK Tusi
I just want to say something, Tusi.
OK
I'm
Yes,
here.
yes.
I'm here to asking all of you, the audience watching me right now. The only purpose I came, I'm doing interview back to back, all over the world. Chinese, Indian, Afghan, American TVs, Iranian, Spanish, to bring my voice, to be there, my Afghan back home voice. I'm their voice.
Right.
My face is not important. I don't want to be famous. You know what I mean?
right
Whatever I say here, I'm sitting here in this chair in front of you guys. This is from my heart. It's from my people over there. They are all my people, my family, my relative. They're my father, my mother, they're my sister, my brother. They all Afghan is mine. I'm theirs. We are all one. We're under one flag. I'm here. The reason I want all of you asking you one favor. The audience also. Bring my voice out to the people, to the nation. Nation.
Yes, yes, we will.
Our nation always be together. If we get together, united, no government cannot use us. You guys been used. We've been used. Iran been used. The only people is when our American been used. The only people been suffer is the people, is the nation. This shouldn't be happen anymore. The nation is the power of that country. The nation is the power of the world.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question before I translate this part. From people from Afghan, what is the image of Chinese people to Afghan? What is the Chinese government or Chinese people in general? And is there any expectation Afghan people expecting Chinese government or Chinese people can help Afghan? Because 99% of our audience are Chinese.
I got phone call. Chinese government want to deal with Taliban because they're very smart business people. The government today, Chinese government. The what do you call it? And how should I say it? Chinese countries, Chinese government, the toppest, the highest, the richest business they have. They're very successful. Look at COVID-19 came, still they're successful. Everybody's struggling, including United States, with financially. But financially, they're very successful because they're smart. They're dealing with Taliban because they have source. If they don't deal it, how are they going to make their business? Because Afghan, they go to China from Afghanistan. They do a lot of business in China. And plus, Afghanistan has a lot of sources. They can come, they can send their engineers, they can dig out and some stuff. That's what they want to do. It's all about business, about the money. They don't care about my country. They don't care about those Talibans. They just want to be close. Because when Karzai was here, they don't let the Chinese government to come be close that much with us in Afghanistan or Ashraf Ghani, because they know Chinese government, how they are. They're torturing, Chinese government torturing Muslim, Chinese. And back, you guys should know that they're torturing Muslim Chinese in China.
对 ，OK， yeah，OK， 图西，我
而且你
总结一下，
翻译吧，
我翻译一下，然后我们就结束了啊。So， 刚才那个就是图西，就是 OK， 先说Wazhma想把他自己的这种原因跟我们连线，还有他自己的一些想法，就是他最想说的，跟大家分享一下。他说，我想到这儿来，他现在是一个接一个的采访，跟不同语言、不同的场合、不同的这种媒体，他都在讲，就是想让全世界人都知道，也希望我们传播他的声音，就是阿富汗人呢，不想再被任何人利用，也不想被美国利用，不想让被任何人利用。阿富汗是阿富汗人自己的，就是好像比如现在以前伊朗、伊拉克各种这些地区都被美国呀或者是利用的这种情况不应该再出现，这是一个。后来图西问他说对中国怎么看？他说中国也是，中国是非常聪明的生意，就是做生意非常非常非常的聪明这么一些人，他们呢去到阿富汗为的就是也是从阿富汗能有经济利益啊，并不是真正的这些人呢，他们就是所有这些外来的这些人呢，他们进去都有自己的目的，不是真正为这种阿富汗人自己去考虑的。而且与此同时，大家都知道中国政府对新疆的这些穆斯林呢有这种很多的这种伤害，这也是他想跟大家补充的。我大概没忘什么吧，沈吹。
没问题。
Okay. Wazhma, I don't think we have further questions. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. I think I have just translated your biggest concern and the message you want to send out to everybody, all nations, everybody in the world, that Afghanistan will not be used by any superpower nation. You will fight for yourselves and you will not stop, but you will continue. You will fight, and your voice will be their voice inside your Afghan. So I have just translated what you just said to us. I think we have quite a long interview already. I know you're very tired. Thank you very much. And we will keep in touch, and we wish you all the best.
Yeah,
do you have any? Yeah.
Thank you, Wazhma. Thank you for coming to our show.
No problem. I want to say the last close-up.
Yes.
Afghanistan needs you guys' voice.
Right.
And much as you can, bring out my voice to people, your voice. And we're going to rise.
Right.
We 4 decades, they came and took our country. They put us on the ground. We get up, we cleanse our hand, we rise again. We rise again. We will rise by help of God again soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a faith because we're strong people. Afghan is strong. We have history of being strong. But thank you guys so much for your time, and to take this time and interview me. Thank you for the audience. And sorry, my mind is not with me that much. I get phone calls. Right now, you guys called. I got the messages. My mind is over there. It's really, I have a dry mouth because I don't sleep much. I don't eat much. I just don't, it's not me right now. The way I'm talking, I'm not like that. I talk fast, but when you don't sleep much, you don't eat much, you just stress, thinking about it. I cry always. And when I get the news, that's why it's really hurting. My country is right now in the bad situation. My people, especially the women, I cannot stand that. I want the way I have my freedom here. I want my back home, my people, my women's over there, same thing for them. I want the same comfortable life for them. I want women Afghanistan to be educated. I'm the voice of Afghan women. I'm the voice of all over the world. a woman. I always fight for women rights, and I will do it more until the day I die. Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Take care of
Thank you
yourself.
very much. Thank
Have
you.
some rest.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. I will just stop. 我再翻译一下吧。他就是
翻译一下，
我就把最后翻译这几句啊。他讲的是说呢，阿富汗在过去几十年内被一个又一个的，就是这种外国的这些，你说是这些国家吧，拿起来扔在地上，拿起来扔在地上，几十年了。但是阿富汗呢，阿富汗人不会放弃，他们会总有一天会崛起。所以呢，他们是不会放弃的，他就是连续十几天了嘛，就是吃不好睡不好，而且为当地的这些人担忧，因为如果就是大家都知道这个马上会很严厉哈，对这些当地的这些妇女啊，他主要是想为阿富汗的这些女人孩子受教育工作这个。大声疾呼，就是让所有的听众吧都能够听到他的声音，就是阿富汗人会崛起。过去几十年被一次一次扔在地上，他们还会再爬起来，这是他最后要说的话。我翻译完了。OK， 那我们今天就到这儿吧。非常感谢大家 ，Thank you, Wazhma again, and thank you everybody, and we will see you next time. 谢谢大家，明天见。
Thank you.
Thank you.
怎么2个意思呀？
稍等，我关一下麦，你等会儿。
给息怒，都气跑了，哎呀！
我先停一下直播，你们再说话。OK。